for the second session because it's just my VIPs here. Obviously, yesterday was cool. You know, we let in some of the general audience, and I think that was very kind of us. But today is my VIPs, and obviously you guys are my priority. So 0.44 VIP, 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 0.44, amazing. E-Man says, Ayo, if you're ready to go. All right. Lovely. Amazing. Ladies and gents, at the end, we are going to do the MacBook giveaway winner. We are also going to do the FaceTime winner. I actually had a FaceTime last night at 1 a.m. So, yeah, apologies. The fine gentleman I had a conversation with, he was in Qatar. So, sorry to keep you up. We're usually night owls. And yeah, just checking the comments. Everything seems to be... Alchemy of Self tool is amazing. I'm very happy to hear that. 2 a.m. in Australia right now. Appreciate you. All right, cool. Well, 0.44, 0.44. Anyways, amazing. Let's get into it in that case. Today we have a new format for you guys to keep things always fun and engaging. You will see in a second, we have a camera right above me. So right here, we are going to be posting... the slide, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, voila, Tristan, there we go. Can you guys see that? Can you see it? I'm gonna check the comments. All right, cool. Yeah, all good, guys. Yes, sir. www VIP, love this. OMG, raise volume. Yes. Amazing. Great. Yes, we can. All right. Anyways, on that note, welcome to Make Money Online Challenge 2.0. We have a lot to get stuck into today. Let me grab my trusty pen. We are going to start the session with a commitment that we're going to make together, me included, by the way. And then I'm going to do a deep dive into the art of becoming a synthesizer. By the way, Tristan, if you just make sure that you have Alchemy of Self. I believe it should be around here. We'll get into that in a second. So as I said, we're going to make a commitment, me included. Then I'm going to do a deep dive into the art of being a synthesizer. Towards the end, I will announce the winner of yesterday's challenge, who, as you guys know, is getting a brand new MacBook. The winner of the challenge will also be someone watching this call live. If chosen, I'm going to call you during the session, and you will have to give me the password that I'm going to be sharing before I make the call. If you don't get the call today, don't worry. At the end of the session, I'll be giving you the instructions for the next challenge. Remember, we're giving away 7 MacBooks. If you follow those instructions carefully, you might be getting a call during tomorrow's session. Now, before we get in today's session, we have something we need to do together here now. You see, when you completed your Alchemy of Self-assessment, the final page was a contract. Signing this contract stands as a commitment to yourself that you are going to become your future self to build the life that you desire. Something you need to remember is that this is an ongoing process. We have different goals than, I have different goals than what I had a few years ago. And to achieve those, I need to keep developing as a person. And that is why I'm going to sign this contract with you guys right now here live. Okay. Actually, I was about to say it. Let me pull it up. Tristan, Alex, fine, sir, if you could pass that over. All right, I am going to take this to the last page. Where is it? Voila, contract. All right, guys, do you have signed the contract, big boy? Signed the contract. All right, well, I'm not going to show you guys my contract, so I will make one up just for the purpose of today's stream. Date today is, gentlemen, the 29th. What is it, 28th, 29th? 29th? All right, it is the 29th of the 9th, 2025. And I hope you guys are all signing yours. We are going to go for... There we go. Contract signed. I hope you guys have all signed your contract, whether that was before today's call or preferably on today's call. It would be amazing to do it all together. And yeah, I'm sure you guys have all gone through the Alchemy of Self. If you have not already, don't worry. This tool is available to you. There's, I think, help you And yeah, once again, you have unlimited lifetime access to this tool. So you can go at your own pace. If you didn't manage to go through it last night in order to sign the contract today, don't worry whatsoever, as I said, because yeah, you have a chance to go through it tomorrow, day after, XYZ, etc., etc. Thank you. Anyways, going back to the main presentation. As I said, this is an ongoing process. Now, during yesterday's VIP session, I wanted to help you guys deal with the roadblocks that is undoubtedly holding you back from building the life that you have dreamt of, yourself, and your mindset. Now, after using the Alchemy of Self tool yesterday, I'm sure many of you guys are walking in today's session much more motivated, clear, have a full understanding of the future and what it entails. Let me know if the Alchemy of Self was helpful for that. If you guys could drop in the chat, let me know, was the Alchemy of Self, did that help you guys with, sort of getting clarity and walking in today more motivated than ever? Let me know. Yes, 100%, 100%. Some people are asking, where can I find Alchemy? If you are a VIP, which everyone in today's stream is, you can actually find on the left-hand side. Once again, my team will always be on hand. The VIP community is a living, breathing organism. So any questions, any issues, team is always on standby, but it should be on the left sidebar under the tools. So anyways, all that to say, that is great. I want you to feel motivated to change your life, but motivation is short-lived. But just because motivation is short-lived, it doesn't mean it isn't useful. You see, motivation is useful if it drives action. When you're motivated and you start taking action, habits start to form. Habits lead to discipline, and discipline leads to success. So obsessed with this topic. You see, with the technological developments I've seen over the last few years, specifically in artificial intelligence, it is such an obvious opportunity. I mean, how could I not speak about it? Non-expert digital products remind me of when I discovered contractor arbitrage during my SMA days 8 years ago. Now, if you guys don't know what contractor arbitrage is, it's the ability to run an agency by outsourcing the work to skilled professionals for a fraction of the price that you charge, and that is what is known as arbitrage. People thought I was absolutely crazy back then, but look how that turned out. Beginners made hundreds of thousands of dollars because they jumped on a new opportunity, the right opportunity. And in today's session, I want to help you understand why non-expert digital products is that next big wave and that next big opportunity. Voila! All right, moving on. Next stack. Guys, we have a lot of stacks here, so thank you, good sir. Oh, there we go, there we go. Guys, let me know. I'm curious. Drop in the comments. What do you guys think of today's format? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And on that note, I'm going to take a little swig of water. I love it. This is so creative. Love the format. Love it. Amazing. Super cool. Fun. Creative. Pretty good. Just so you guys know, and this is actually crazy. Tristan, how much do these foam boards cost? $1,000. In dirhams? Well, no, it must be more. It's 10,000 dirhams. 13,000. Yeah, 13,000 dirhams. But 13,000 dirhams is $3,000. $3,600. $3,600. 3,600. Dirhams is one. Imagine if you guys were like, we fucking hate this. This is the worst. Never do this again. So I'm glad you guys like it at least. Anyways, today we're going to cover how digital products are solving the world's unexpected info problem, how digital products have become accessible to everyone, not just experts, as well as real examples of non-expert digital products that are currently making money. VIP bonus on top of that, I'm going to share something with you guys that I'm not going to share during the main session. I'm going to show you some actual examples. As you guys know at this point, I'm a co-owner in WAP, and not only am I a co-owner in WAP, I am also the person that holds all of the records on WAP, which is especially very impressive considering that people make $140 million a month on WAP as it currently stands and have made over $1.6 billion. I think it might even be $1.7 billion up until this point. So I guess you could say that I have a lot of insider information and I can see at any moment exactly what is going on in terms of sales, what is working, what's not working, what would you expect, what would you not expect to be working that is. So I'm going to show you guys some tangible examples here. And obviously you guys are my VIPs, you guys are my priority. So I don't really want to show this inside of the main session. So yeah, with all of that being said, the reason I'm only sharing this with you, the VIPs, is that I want to help you start thinking outside of the box. I need you to understand the potential that is out there because I know that you are the truly committed ones. In 2025, the world finds itself in a very, very, very unique situation. Information is more abundant and accessible than ever, which in theory is a great thing. But is it? You see, accessible information is undoubtedly valuable, but I'm sure you've heard the saying that you can have too much of a good thing. The biggest struggle people had was getting access to the information they needed. But fast forward to today, and the exact opposite problem exists. In theory, you would assume that this abundance of information would have resulted in clarity, but in fact, it has led to more confusion than ever before. Do yourself a favor, go to Google and search, what is the healthiest diet to follow? And here's what you're going to find. You're going to be presented with hundreds of answers, all of which are different. Carnivore, keto, vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, fruitarian. That is a thing, right? Fruitarian? Yep, fruitarian. What are some other weird ones? There's a lot. Point is, right? And you're going to see all these guides here, and you're going to see all these conflicting pieces of information. Now, I'm sure you guys can see the problem to this. The problem has changed from a lack of information to a confusing amount of it. But behind every problem lies an opportunity. What you need to understand is that making money at its core is very, very simple. You identify a problem, you solve the problem, and people pay for the solution. Now, I've just identified a problem. The problem is that information is no longer scarce, but so abundant that it causes so much confusion to the point that information feels inaccessible again. So, how do we solve that problem? We need to take that confusing amount of information and put it into a digestible format for people looking for it. This process is what I call synthesizing. Synthesizing, by the way, is not a new thing. Me and hundreds of others have become ungovernable by taking advantage of this process. As you know, I have created digital products that have taught aspiring entrepreneurs how to build businesses and rose to the top of the industry doing so. But why do people actually buy them? Let me ask you a question. Why do people go to the grocery stores and buy fruit and vegetables when they could just buy the seeds for a fraction of the price, even, by the way, for free, and just grow their own? What would compel someone to do that? Well, it comes down to convenience. It's too much effort to source the seeds, plant them, nurture them daily, and then wait to get the final outcome that they desire, the fruit and vegetables. So, think about it. When you feel like a pizza, do you go to the grocery store, buy every ingredient, find a recipe online, and do it yourself? Or do you just buy a frozen one and put it in the oven? Most of you would avoid the grocery store trip altogether and just get a pizza delivered directly to your house. People love convenience and they are willing to pay for it. And that is exactly what digital products provide the user. They provide convenience, okay? You see, the problem is that there is so much information and the information is all over the place in a completely random order. Thank you, sir. And what comes from that is that the time and effort it would take to find the right information, understand that information, and arrange it into a step-by-step plan would take months. People weren't really paying for the information itself. They were paying to get the information in one place in a step-by-step format that they could follow. They were paying for synthesized information. I have just told you that I've been doing this for years, and you might be thinking, well, I thought non-expert digital products were a new way of making money online. My answer to that is yes, it is a new way of making money online. The key word here is non-expert, okay? That is the key word. This is what has changed as of recent. You see, selling digital products have been reserved for an elite few for many, many years, okay? And let me show you what I mean. This used to be an elitist business model. This used to only be for a reserved few. You see, when I created Agency Navigator, one of the most successful digital products ever, I had to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars before I made a single dollar, okay? Hundreds of thousands, by the way, by the end of it, because obviously you ran it for many years, I had literally sunk millions of dollars into this digital product. This digital product alone was over 50 hours long, and all of it was created manually. The team and I developed a comprehensive program roadmap, conducted extensive research for each step, outlined every module to be recorded, scripted the content, and created all supporting resources to accompany the modules. That alone took months. And then on top of that, I had to hire a team of developers that built a custom platform to host all the content as well as the resources. We had a custom platform going all the way back to 2020. And let me just tell you, developers are not cheap. Also, I had to be on camera for about 50 hours of content. Now, I was lucky that I had a few years of experience. Well, I say a few years. At that point, I had, maybe over 5 years of experience when it came to making content and being on camera. Here's the truth. Beginners don't have a team of world-class copywriters, the capital to invest in a custom platform, the knowledge and time to succeed without a team, as well as years of experience on camera, which is what I came into it with. And then came the biggest technological advancement that we have seen in years, maybe even our lifetime thus far, and that is artificial intelligence. Digital products that took months, even years to research and script can now be created in under an hour. The hours of research that needed to be done, voila, they're gone. AI can find a topic and synthesize the knowledge in every video, textbook, and thesis ever created by the top experts across any industry. And filming the content using the scripts that AI builds for you, that's not even necessary. AI can generate the voiceovers, the slides, and even the AI avatars. You don't even have to use your own voice, not to mention showing your face. You see this product right here? This product makes $14,000 a month and no one even knows who made it. The market, the product itself, or sorry, I should say the marketing, the product itself, all faceless. Let that sink in. The creator of this product is making $14,000 a month while staying completely anonymous. It is insane when you think about it. I mean, I think you'll agree when I say that AI has completely changed the digital product landscape. Unfortunately, it still doesn't break every barrier to entry that existed previously. You see, the one thing that AI hasn't quite solved is creating a platform to host digital products. Well, it doesn't need to. You see, earlier this year, I invested in the biggest digital product hosting platform and marketplace in the world. And I wrote a massive, massive check in order to become the co-owner of WAP. When the opportunity crossed my path to invest in WAP, for me, it was a no-brainer. A platform that solves every problem I had when I first got started in the digital product industry. And in fact, I was speaking with the team. It was one of our Friday stand-ups in the office. And I was literally speaking to the team and I was recounting my first experience with digital products. I remember I must have been, 16 at the time? And I actually created a digital product. I was like, I want to make this thing. And I created this digital product, but I had no way to sell it. There was no way to host. There was no way, I remember even just getting a payment processing. I was trying to set up a PayPal. I couldn't even set up a PayPal. I was 16. This is back in, almost 10 years ago at this point. And I was actually telling the team right there and then, as we were having that a weekly stand-up or our Friday town hall, I was like, what we're doing here is giving power to the people. One of the big reasons I wanted to make this investment is to give power back to myself 10 years ago when I wanted to get into this industry. But when I say that this industry used to be elitist, it was only for a reserved few. That's what I mean. But now we have broken all the shackles. There are no excuses. Anyways, all of that to say, hosting, payments, a built-in marketplace, affiliate programs, all in one platform. You know what the best part is? it is 100% free to host a digital product on WAP. Okay, 100% free. Whereas with a lot of other platforms, they're going to charge you a monthly fee. So whether you win, whether you lose, it doesn't matter. Okay, they still take your money. Whereas with us, we only win when you win. So just so you understand our model, WAP only makes money by taking a small percentage of every sale made on the platform. This tells you I have vested interest in you succeeding on WAP, but something that is undeniable is how game-changing this is for beginners. The fact that it's free means that you have absolutely zero risk. So just to show you the potential there is to make money on WAP, let's break down the numbers, okay? 1 billion, 688 million, yes, $484,721. That is the amount of money made on WAP. If you look right now, it's probably over $1.7 billion. Over 120,000 products on WAP. Over 10 million customers on WAP. This means the average digital product on WAP has made $14,015. Now, I went on a bit of a tangent while preparing this, but can you see how a platform like WAP has broken one of the biggest barriers to entry that existed for beginners? That alone was enough to convince me to invest millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in order to become a co-owner of